A split has emerged between the Prime Minister and his Treasurer after Anthony Albanese was forced to correct statements made by Jim Chalmers yesterday over capital gains tax. And there are more questions over the government's proposed super changes. We'll bring in these questions now and go live to Trudy McIntosh in Canberra. Yeah, so just on a few different fronts at the moment, Trudy. It's indexation. It's also in various sectors of super. So can you bring some clarity for us this morning, Trudy?
Well, Pete, the government doesn't have answers to this. We put this to the Treasurer yesterday. How many more people will be swept up in this super tax change over time? Because it's not going to be indexed. The Treasurer doesn't have the modelling on that yet. And now this question of public servants who are on what's called the defined benefit scheme. The Coalition is accusing the Treasurer of failing to do his homework before making this announcement. There are hundreds of thousands of people who it's uncertain whether they will be caught up as a part of this change. The government says it's continuing to consult, and Treasury will be doing this for the next few months to try and see if they can capture more of these people. The Prime Minister has made it clear he himself, who's on a defined benefit scheme, could potentially be caught up in this. As for the politics of this, it's interesting in terms of the wedge here. The government believes that Peter Dutton is going to be voting on the side of multi-millionaires in Parliament if he's refusing to back this plan, but it's not a fight that Mr Dutton is shying away from.
Well, we are going to oppose it, and frankly, I don't care whether people have got a small or a big balance in their superannuation. The fact is that they worked hard for it. It's their money. They sacrificed and put that money into a superannuation account, and they did it according to the law, Peter.
That was Peter Dutton last night here on Credlin. Now, he also used that interview to provide some pretty free and frank advice to the government ahead of this looming AUKUS announcement. He was receiving these briefings as Defence Minister right up until the last election, and now he's indicated it would be unwise for the government to purchase a UK model of nuclear-powered submarine.
What I worry most about with the talk, the chatter around going with a British model, is that it's a new design, and that's the problem we've had. It's exactly the problem we had in frigates at the moment. The problem that we had in relation to the French. It's a new design, and the beauty of the Virginia class with the US is that it's a proven design. You could start construction on it tomorrow.
The government branding those comments incredibly irresponsible. Mr Dutton told Sky News last night, though, Pete, that ultimately at the end of the day they will back whatever the government decides. Okay.